Did One Piece dehype Shanks in Chapter 1123? Explained. The ongoing Egghead arc has finally allowed One Piece fans to learn more about Joy Boy, the man of whom franchise's protagonist Monkey D. Luffy is said to be the second coming. The first person to ever sail the seas as a pirate, Joy Boy fought against the founders of the ominous world government during the Void Century. Some time before ultimately succumbing to his enemies, Joy Boy compressed a portion of his Conqueror's Haki within a knot, which he gifted his friend Emmett, telling the latter to use it when the time was right. During the Egghead incident, Emmett unleashed Joy Boy's all-powerful Haushaku to overwhelm the Five Elders. In One Piece Chapter 1123, Dory and Broggy couldn't help but express their admiration for Joy Boy's outstanding potency, to the point where they declared the former's Haki to surpass even that of Red Hair Shanks. Even if it might seem so, this is far from a dehype for Luffy's mentor and role model. Disclaimer. This article contains major spoilers from the One Piece manga up to Chapter 1123. One Piece confirmed that Joy Boy has stronger Haki than Shanks, but that doesn't downgrade the red-hair Joy Boy, the most impressive Haki user to ever live. Out of the countless One Piece characters, only a few are born with the potential to develop and use the color of Conqueror, also known as Haushaku. This rare type of Haki, which can be considered as the embodiment of the user's spirit, allows the strong to overwhelm the weak by unleashing an intimidating aura. Even among the very few natural-born Haushaku users, only a handful of the very strongest are powerful enough to use the advanced version of Conqueror's Haki. By coating their bodies, weapons, and attacks with the color of Conqueror, these individuals obtain a whole new level of might. Kaido himself described the Haushaku's advanced form as a game-changing ability that grants its users an unparalleled power output, separating the best from the mere good. Of course, Shanks is among this restricted group of elite fighters. It could not be otherwise, as the red hair is clearly portrayed as one of the strongest One Piece characters. Furthermore, he is the very person through whom Eiichiro Oda introduced his readers to the concept of Haki. Even though it wasn't explicitly labeled as Conqueror's Haki, there's no doubt that the mysterious power that Shanks used to intimidate the Sea King in One Piece Chapter 1 was Haushaku. Based on the One Piece manga's most recent installments, however, even the charismatic, all-powerful Shanks doesn't compare to Joy Boy. The latter's Haki can be preserved for centuries and even after so much time, maintain such intensity to completely overwhelm the likes of the Five Elders. When Emmett released the Haki blast that Joy Boy had implanted into him, the power of said attack was something never seen before in the series. It not only knocked unconscious every marine near the island of Egghead, including several vice admirals, but even overpowered the Five Elders, all of which are established top-tier fighters. As absurd as it seems, the burst of Joy Boy's color of Conqueror literally forced the Five Elders out of their fiendish transformations. It broke the summoning that had brought Warcury, Nushjuro, and the others to Egghead, sending them back to Mary Geos in their human forms. Even Imasama, despite being far away in the Holy Land, felt the power of Joy Boy's tremendous Haki. Needless to say, this stands out as the most impressive Haki feat in the entire series, concurrently making Joy Boy the strongest Haki user to ever live in the One Piece world, at least to the reader's current knowledge. Shanks remains one of the biggest big shots. Upon seeing the extent of Joy Boy's power, Dory and Broggy noted that it surpassed even that of Shanks. However, that's far from being a downgrade for the iconic red hair. As the One Piece world's first pirate ever, as well as the original owner of the human fruit model, Nika before Luffy, Joy Boy is meant to be in a realm of his own. Even powerhouses of the caliber of Shanks, Mihawk, and Akainu don't measure up to such a godlike individual. In all fairness, taking into account Joy Boy's unreal might, what Dory and Broggy said shouldn't come as a downgrade for Shanks. If anything, it's the opposite. Through their words, One Piece author Eiichiro Oda wanted to emphasize how Joy Boy is such a monster that even Shanks, an absolutely formidable fighter, seems almost ordinary in comparison. Oda considers Shanks a viable yardstick to hype Joy Boy, which only proves how the mangaka respects the red hair. Granted, it must also be kept in mind that Dory and Broggy are familiar with Shanks, but probably don't have the same degree of knowledge about Mihawk, Akainu, Dragon, and the other big shots of the One Piece world. Hence, it's safe to say that they use Shanks as a terms of comparison simply because they know him well. If instead of Dory and Broggy there was Zoro, he would have probably used Mihawk as the yardstick to praise Joy Boy. Likewise, if the observer was Sabo, the benchmark would have been Dragon, and so on. That said, Shanks' Haki prowess and overall strength are simply undeniable. Even among the mightiest Conqueror's Haki users, the red hair is special. A testament to this, Shanks can use his Haushaku to suppress other people's abilities. He can indeed prevent his opponents from using future sight by performing observation killing, a peculiar technique of which he is the only known user. With his overwhelming Haki, Shanks can even force a Marine Admiral into submission. When Ryukyuji was about to attack Luffy and the others, who were still recovering from the battles of the Onigashima raid, Shanks unleashed a burst of Conqueror's Haki towards the Admiral, leaving him intimidated to the point where he left without even trying to fight back. Interestingly, what Shanks did to Ryukyuji, who was seemingly paralyzed and forced to release his woodwood fruit powers, reminds of the effect of Joy Boy's Haki on the Five Elders. Shanks is also a true master of the advanced Conqueror's Haki, displaying incredible proficiency with it. Coating his sword Griffin with Haushaku, Shanks generated enough power to clash on par with Edward Newgate Whitebeard, the world's strongest man. The collision between their blows wiped out the clouds, splitting the skies. A single Conqueror's Haki-enhanced slash was enough for Shanks to defeat Eustace Kid, a prominent Worst Generation member. With just one strike of his Divine Departure technique, Shanks slaughtered Kid, cutting through his railgun before the latter could even finish charging his attack. This is all the more impressive as Kid and his right-hand man Killer are very tough individuals, who could endure several blows from Big Mom. Yet, Shanks defeated them with a single strike, proving his complete superiority even over the fellow Yonko, a lead player in One Piece's final saga. Even Whitebeard, an experienced and fearsome pirate with very high standards, held Shanks to a high esteem, praising the latter's battles with Dracula Mihawk as legendary clashes that shook the entire Grand Line. Powerful enough to match the world's strongest swordsman and the world's strongest man, as well as intimidate a Marine Admiral and utterly destroy one of the mightiest supernovas, Shanks is a force to be reckoned with. He is bound to play a pivotal role in One Piece's endgame, especially as his true goal remain ambiguous. The red hair has just revealed his intent to claim the One Piece treasure, but many fans believe that there's more to him than meets the eye, also considering his ties with the sinister Figureland family. What's certain is that a sort of invisible thread spans the centuries to connect Joy Boy to Luffy, and Shanks is part of it. An apprentice to Joel D. Roger, Shanks received the late Pirate King's precious straw hat, which he later entrusted to Luffy, inspiring the main character to begin his adventure across the seas. That's not even considering that Shanks was in possession of the very Nika-powered devil fruit that Luffy ended up eating, obtaining the same abilities that Joy Boy once wielded.